about the 10 virgins. How do you prepare for when God comes? There's some behaviors that happen as we prepare and get focused on what we're supposed to do. And so Jesus is saying, if you are hungry, feed them. If they need some clothes, give them some clothes. If they need you to get a visit, go visit them. If they need some water, go do it. Serve, 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 serve. And as you serve those people, the least of them, as you serve them, it's just like serving him. If we could connect these dots about all the people that have done us wrong, man, it's easy to serve people who say, oh, thank you, Lord, you're so great. Oh, you're the greatest person in the world. You always look out for me. Y'all, that's easy. Still necessary, but easy. But when you have to help that person who get on your nerve, and you know they get on your nerve, and they still get on your nerve after you've been compassionate. They still get on your nerve after you apologize. They still get on your nerve after you've helped them. And you're saying, what in the world is wrong with them? Don't they see? But God may be still working on you. Woo-wee! Come on, G, you coming back like that? Yeah, I'm coming back like that. I'd have had 3 weeks to rest a little bit. But my grandfather said you can't tell it all in one sitting. Got to give them bite-sized chunks. Trying to give you all some bite-sized chunks. I got a lot to say because I got a lot of emotions. I got a lot of stuff, but I got to be strategic. Can't just shove it down your throat. Got to give it to you soft initially. Because y'all don't get anything out the message today, understand that there has to be compassion that has to be in action. And so, with that being said, you always have to be aware so you can recognize what's going on. Jeff, here we go. I'm gonna bring a whirlpool conversation to the church. I don't think I ever did this before like this. So when I got back, they was all happy to see me, some of my guys. We have to know everybody does not agree with how you think, okay? And it does not help for us to get into an argument when somebody does not agree with how we think. So I'm in the pool, I'm new. Everybody had a chance to talk. I ain't had a chance to talk to nobody here. I'm like, man, that stuff, them ICE agents are out of line. Got a military friend that's been in the service for a long time. He says, I'm going to paraphrase, ICE had a right to do what they did. No, she didn't deserve to die, but from a military standpoint, that's what they're supposed to do. I ain't have a problem with that. That's where he got. I'm not going to get into an argument. But what he got into was his parents fought in World War II, and they did this, and they did that. And so military has a mindset. That whole mindset also has a mindset that shaped America. Oh, y'all don't want to hear that, but that's what happened. So now if we start talking that kind of talk, we bring in ancestors and experiences, all that into the conversation, now feathers could get ruffled a little bit. Because you don't understand how this right now feel like the 60s. To me. Now, I still love him to death, but we definitely don't have a point of agreement, and we could have gotten to a big old argument. But I know I was talking about compassion today. And I love his friendship. Jeff, I love his friendship. We have to be able to disagree with some of these folks. Some of these people are getting ready to say some things to you that's going to kill your theological doctrine. It's going to eat you up. It's going to make you say, how in the world can you call yourself a Christian and you believe stuff like this? What I am telling you all is to do is to have compassion in the conversation. Show some love. Let your light so shine before men and women that they may seek your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. telling you all, it's coming. It may be even with your family members. Because the other person in the pool was a black man. And what he said really probably hurt me more, and I ain't going to say what he said. He hurt me more than what the other man said. Y'all, we have to quit hating ourselves. I would rather, some people would rather assume a different identity than really get down with who they are. I don't know how to better say that. Be comfortable in your own doggone skin. Be happy God created you the way he created you. And roll with that. I don't have to, assimilation, oh Lord have mercy. Did you say this in your message? Some people so close, they got so much, they trying to mix God and world together. A little bit of God and a whole lot of world. A little bit of God. Some of y'all take a little bit of your identity and take somebody else's identity. Y'all, you only can be. Man, listen. I say this all, y'all hear this. Be an A plus you and not a B plus somebody else. Be an A plus you. Please be an A plus you. With the understanding that people can't handle, some people can't handle the A plus you. And just because people can't handle A plus you does not say you cannot be that. I was telling Elnora in class today, because she's wondering how she gonna get to church sometime. Now she ain't said this, I'm adding this in. Too proud to ask for a ride, but you're gonna pay Uber $35. She lived 2 blocks from Dr. Austin. Dr. Austin, she lived on 34th and Oakland. But what am I saying? But let me get to my point. My point is, you have to be okay being you. And in you being okay being you, you have to function where you can function. There is somebody, or if they haven't come yet, they coming, there is somebody in our church, or we're going to get somebody in our church who likes to go and drive and pick people up. We're going to have a person that does that. And when that person shows up and raises their hand and say, this is what I want to do, that's when God probably going to bless us with a van so we can get the job done. So now we can go and get other people who don't want to ask for a ride, but who are willing to sacrifice money that's unnecessarily spent because you're too proud to ask for a ride. And some of y'all, when you get asked for a ride, even though you don't want to go pick them up, go pick them up. Your pastor will not ask you to do something he wouldn't do. Shay, that used to come to live way in Roseville, I would pick her up. I got to leave. I tell her, be ready. Y'all know them be ready. Y'all know them be ready testimonies. You go drive a long way to pick them up, and then they ain't ready. Did y'all know when Ella, back in 1515, Ella, who did Children's Church, she lived in St. Bonavatius. I used to drive St. Bonavatius. Yeah, that's far. I should go drive her, go pick her up, and take her home every Sunday. Because I wanted her at church. I wanted her at church that bad. I know that's an hour drive for sure. That's there and back and then back again. And being at church at 8:30 in the morning. So that means I got to get up. I get up early anyway, but that's not the point. The point is compassion in action. Are you aware of people's needs? Are you even asking? Or are you just going around, walking around like this? I told my son Donovan, I said, Donovan, with the lady that got killed in Minnesota, he was like, why are you so worried about it? I said, because I can't be a person that sticks my head in the sand and act like I can't see it. And because I can see it, that means I need to do something about it. Whatever that is. We have to be aware so we can be compassionate. And once we are aware, then we have to tap into resources that help us execute. I believe, I told Amanda this, I said, our church is already, I told y'all this a few Sundays ago, our church is already too small for what we got to do. Some of you all with small-minded vision, that's okay. I said, Amanda, start looking. She already looking for some spots to do some outreach better. I'm looking for a building so we can get another Proverbs something somewhere else. So we can have some kind of youth programming, so we can have some kind of stuff for the community. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all down? I hope so. Because if y'all ain't, God gonna send somebody that is. And don't get mad. On January 18th, when I told y'all, you gave y'all opportunity, and you sat back, that ain't gonna happen. Well, all right, player haters. Let them hate. Hate on me. You know why? Because I'm comfortable in my skin. I know who I am. If you can't handle the A+G, sorry, because it's not getting ready to change. Because God says, I need you to be top-notch, G. Because there's top-notch work that needs to be done. And you got a top-notch church. Even with those who are doubting, we still top-notch. We top-notch because Kevin Lindy understands that he can come and get a bag of groceries. And the people are willing to stand out in the cold and give him a hug and invite him to church and have something to give him. Boy, y'all don't hear me talking. I'm trying to help us. There's room for everybody to get a piece of this action. It's up to you. Pastor A talked about focus. Dr. Austin, the week before, talked about the brother who did not get his props because he did everything that was right. He was a rule follower. So now his brother get back and get all that. And I want to say she made the connection, and some of y'all may feel like that. I would say get busy. Quit crying. Get out of your feelings. Celebrate. Celebrate. Pastor A said there's a charge to the ushers to go find somebody. I'm charging all of us. Go find somebody who used to come here. Go find somebody who needs to be here. Go get them. Compassion in action. The Bible says Jesus looked upon the crowd with compassion, and he saw that they were like sheep without a shepherd. That means they needed guidance. Don't come here every day and hear this word and don't go tell somebody about it. Don't invite them to church. Whether it's our church or somebody else's church, get them somewhere where they can hear a word from the Lord so they can get some direction and some strategy so we can move forward. Our police departments need us. Why do I say that? I believe sometimes the police and ICE are mixed together, and I don't think they have the same intent. We have a great relationship with the police department, especially here in the 4th precinct. Y'all see that camera out there? I think that was put there because of relationship. Y'all remember all them folks that be hanging out at the door when we was coming? And they need us. But man, come on, can we get a better look than having people trash and garbage all over the front of the door? The camera made a difference. That's because of relationship. I'm working on some stuff with Block Club people around here because of my relationship with the police. Let's do something. How do I say this? A lot of churches will be doing a lot of different things, okay? A lot of churches are going to be a lot of different things, a lot of voices. What I want y'all to be clear is I want y'all to hear my voice. Your pastor's voice, your shepherd's voice. Your shepherd is telling you to be compassionate and to care about your immediate community, which means Farwell neighborhood, but it also means your family members and your friends. What are you supposed to do? Be focused. That's what Pastor A said last week. A lot of times. She gave y'all an acronym for focus. Y'all know I had to write it down and add my little 3 cents to it, right? I'm going to read this and I'm going to close it up. She said divine flow. Our God-given ability to be kind and empathetic seamlessly aligns with God's rhythm, guiding us to uplift others and foster interconnectedness. Let's be in line as we flow with God's rhythm. We should be able to slide right into it. She said divine opportunity. It invites us to recognize and to respond to the needs of others, transforming moments of kindness into profound chances for growth and connection in our lives and in community. The word that I dealt with every single day when I was on my trip was connection. And so we went to the Panama Canal one day. And I admitted this, Jeff was laughing at me. Your pastor didn't know that the Panama Canal connected the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans. I didn't know that. But when I saw that, when I heard that story, I immediately thought about our church and connectedness. So this divine opportunity, this divine flow allows us a chance for connectedness. The next thing she said was divine connection. Our empathetic acts they make authentic bonds that transcends individuality, cultivating a shared sense of purpose and unity. Our ability to connect, we have an opportunity to connect. What are we doing with those opportunities? I don't want to say this like this, but I think y'all understand. The time for small talk is done. We need to have some conversations that have meaning and that have impact, that helps us have a divine connection. She next said, undisturbed, genuine care and understanding allows us to navigate life's challenges with calm resilience. Calm resilience comes from peace. Peace that comes from spending time, like she talked about, spending appropriate time with God, that puts us in a heart posture that not helps us to wave off negativity and toxic things. Some of us cannot stand quiet and silence. Learn how to get to that place. Because when you get to that place, God has a chance to talk to you. He has a chance to talk to you, to tell you how he wants you to do this compassion in action. Lastly, she said, divine separation. In our individuality, we are all still interconnected. Our acts of kindness bridge perceived divides and foster a deeper sense of unity among humanity. And I know when she was talking about separating, she was still talking about us separating to a place where we can really get the spiritual guidance that we need. I want us to be able to also, and I told Eleanor this, and I'm telling y'all this because I believe this year is going to be a year of work and impact. And when you're working hard and when you're doing a lot of things, you have to be able to have balance. You have to be able to say, okay, this is my capacity. And because you know the church is notorious for stretching you beyond your limits. And some of y'all don't know how to use an anointed word, no. No is still a word that is needed to be used. I thank God, and Christina, I thank God for the pastors we have here. I thank God for y'all. Lord, have mercy. Y'all have no idea. You don't. But you do. I try to tell y'all, but I don't know if I can express it enough. Y'all know when the stuff happened with Good, I had to text the pastor and say, y'all, be on post. Be ready. Guess what? They were ready. They were in spaces and places that represent us. It's good to have people that you can depend on. Because it's good to know that you got to sit down sometime. You can run and run and run and run and run, and sometimes we put a medal on our chest for performance, but we're not present with our families, with our wives, with ourselves. I know y'all don't want to hear that. That's okay. Keep on being stressed out. Keep on being escalated all the time. You escalated because you're not doing self-care. Compassion in action. Compassion starts at home on you. How do you have compassion with yourself? I got to do better because they're going to talk about me. They don't think I ain't doing nothing. Okay? You keep trying to fulfill that. In Ecclesiastes, it talks about you reaching for vapors. Have y'all ever, anybody here ever caught some vapors in their hand? Anybody? I'm just asking. Scientifically, have y'all caught vapors? Vapors is the stuff when you boiling water, the stuff that comes up. The steam, have you tried to grab it? The chances of you grabbing them vapors are just like the chances that you have for pleasing everybody. Lastly, on the way home, we was talking with a man. He was talking about his wife who had just passed. She was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And, he was all worried about it when she got diagnosed. Her name was Heidi. I told him I was going to bring Heidi to the church on Sunday. So she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And she ended up living 16 years after the diagnosis. So we asked her, man, how you manage? She said, I thank God for every day. And every day I took the opportunity to do what he told me to do. Why do I bring that up? Because we all got situations. And our mental attitude has to be trusting in God. Because faith is always faith. And I told y'all this, in the face of facts. Right now, it may feel like ICE and our present administration got the lock on what's going on. Y'all just hold on to your horses. Just hold on a little bit. Last Sunday, Pastor Austin preached from Matthew 6:33. She talked about that. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, all his righteousness, all these things were added onto you. But if she would have went up a little bit, the whole text is about don't worry or don't have anxiety. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry if you see, and what I loved about it, because I read it, it said, if you see these flowers, do you see how they're clothed? Not even the robes of Solomon can compare to how he took care of the flowers. So if he gonna take care of the flowers, what do you think he gonna do for us? So what we worried about? Yeah, it's a little stressful. We don't need to be worrying about it. And in our willingness to have compassion in action, we can live our victory out. Amen. I got to pray, Hannah, I got to pray for you. I got to say it out loud. And I could be wrong, but I'm going to come pray. This morning, God said if you would have been sitting up here when I came out of new members class, y'all was already praying. I got to pray for you about you and your mom's relationship, okay? I don't know if it's good or bad. I know how it has. I know you testified about it. But there's something deep in the longing of your heart that you want with your mom. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You watch what I say. I got to say it out loud because I have to prove God, because he told me, dude, you need to start having faith and talk about what I tell you to talk about. So people can see. When God executes what he does, y'all can understand that there is a prophet in the house. There are prophets in the house of this house. This is a blessed house. Who else I need to pray for? It was somebody else. Nova, where you at? So that dude back there, next to Brother Block, to the right of Brother Block. I don't know if that's his wife, his girlfriend, or his sister, but you got to touch his legs, his knees. You go and pray for him. Mike, somebody got to pray for Mike. I don't know whoever feel led to pray for Mike back there in the corner by Unc. Somebody go pray for him. The altar is open now, so prayers, you can come up. Okay, you want to say something?
Some general resources for families that
Amen. Thank you. Prayers are here. Brother Pines, I want you to come there. Billy, I need you to pray.